Welcome to the Burnt or Buttered Podcast. I'm your host, Toast.
And I'm Stetson, and we see movies every single week.
And this week, we're talking about
Faces of Death.
And this is a new film by Daniel Goldhaber and his writing partner, Issa Mousse.
Yeah, this was definitely unexpected.
And if you haven't seen this movie, this is not the review for you.
Mhm.
There will be spoilers throughout.
Yeah.
So.
You've been warned, but also just watch it. Just watch the rest of it. Because, get a little bit of opinion before you go in.
Go ahead and hit subscribe and come back to this after you've watched the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. What did you expect going into this film, and were you right or wrong?
So I didn't see anything about this movie until you recommended that we go see it. So I went in completely blind, and I would say that I was both right and wrong.
Yeah, I basically saw one TikTok review, and I actually had seen on the Regal app the movie. There was like an early showing of it. I saw the poster. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I saw the TikTok video, and they said some positive things about it. I was like, well, if there's time, might as well try it out. And yeah, so I went into this one completely blind. And I don't know. I gotta say, maybe I was wrong because it was different than I was expecting, I guess. I was just expecting kind of a normal, kind of scary movie.
Yeah. And just in case anybody was wondering, the poster's right here. So you can refer to that when Stetson was talking about the poster. But yeah, we didn't really know anything going into it, which made the reveal that it was a remake of a 1978 film of the same name. Like, to us during the watching, it kind of felt like this was a thing that they had created for the movie, right?
Yeah, you didn't know for sure if it was an actual movie that they were referencing or if it was just part of the movie, because both work.
Right.
And yeah, both would have been good. And the movie itself, The Faces of Death, still haven't looked it up. Still don't know if it's exactly the same, but if it is, what a messed up movie in the first place.
Yeah. I did look it up a little bit. I didn't watch it, obviously. We didn't have enough time for me to track it down on VHS and then also track down
You mean
a VHS
you don't have
player.
a gay roommate that loves horror movies?
Who just happens to have this hard-to-find movie on VHS?
That he got from a bootlegger in Taiwan or something?
I believe it was Nicaragua. No, I don't. Currently.
Surprising.
But it seems like they were using clips from that movie for the reference stuff.
What themes or ideas do you think the director wanted us to get? And did you get those?
Yeah, I think one of the themes is just that, much like the gladiators of old, people are drawn to gore. And the internet is a great place to find that gore if you're looking for it.
The internet is just a modern day Coliseum. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say it, but I mean, I thought it.
Yeah, I thought that definitely was part of the theme. I think another theme, there's so many different things that you can pull from this. And I felt like I was a grandma watching CNN getting scared of the world out there. You're just like, oh my gosh, the world's a dangerous place. I don't want to leave my couch, because you just see all the things that are possible, like how quickly he's able to find people just based off of their social media, and or that link that she clicks on that then allows him to track her computer and location off of her IP address.
Crazy.
That she has no idea, because the link actually goes to what she's looking for, but she doesn't know that on the back end of that link is someone's looking at it. Just so many different things that um, scare you for the world of like what's possible for someone. Like just me posting a story, does that open me up to someone looking into my life, in an unwanted way?
Yes. Quick story. Oh man, what was it? It was like 2015 or something. My friends and I were playing a game called Assassins. I don't know if you've played it. Basically, you have a Nerf gun and you get a name and you're supposed to go and find that person in their real life. I was exceptional at this. I never lost. I never was killed. One time, there was this kid that nobody had any connections to, but he had signed up. So I had no way to find him. There was some weird thing on Facebook Messenger where you could find out the exact precise location of where somebody had sent a message. So I had one of my friends message him, and it was a woman. So he was going to message back.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Do I know you?"
That's all you needed.
That's all I needed. We tracked him down within 10 minutes. Boom. Gonzo.
What would have been even better is if you would have catfished that profile.
But that's the thing.
And it was you the whole time.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm not a tech savvy person. I'm a tech capable person who was able to do that in 2015.
Yeah. Which is wild.
Imagine what people can do now.
Yeah. I mean, it goes through so many different themes of the type of person that's consuming the internet. You have the social media influencer, and then you have on the other side of that the anchor man, that they're both really getting consumed by the internet or by the fame of the internet in both ways of doing it themselves on the social media and or just being on screen and having yourself validated. Like which one's different, which one's worse, which one's better, who knows? It doesn't matter to Dacre.
To old Dacre, either way, if you want attention, you are getting killed.
And what a name. Arthur, what's his name? Spevek.
I'm Arthur Spevek.
Yeah, like when he initially just like his demeanor of who he's supposed to be outwardly. And that's an interesting thing too that I never even thought about. Like what he perceives to people in real life compared to his persona that's hidden online. And it's like everybody has that of like they're more bold, they're more willing to take these crazy risks or whatnot for because they're behind a screen or
they're anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous in whatever way. But then in real life, they're just this like squeaky
cell phone tech. Yeah. His character was really interesting, and we'll get into that more. But he did. I don't know if it was written for him or if he did the research, but he did embody several different serial killers.
Oh.
Including like what you were just talking about, where he portrays this like fragile, frail man. That's essentially what Ted Bundy did, right?
Really?
I mean, yeah, he would wear like a fake cast, so that people would help him put his groceries in his car, and then he'd just put them in the car. Like that was his whole thing, was Art of War, right? He probably read it. Appear weak when you are strong. Appear strong when you are weak. Art of War, Sun Tzu.
I just learned that in gym class in 8th grade.
Just playing dodgeball.
Oh, no, don't hit me. Bam! A freaking 100-mile-an-hour ball into the face.
I would be amazed if you could throw one of those balls even 85 miles an hour. 75. I'd be amazed if you could hit 75. Now we're doing it.
There's no way. Cinematically, what stood out to you?
Um, so cinematically, what stood out to you?
I think there was a lot. I mean, there's so much in this film that really drew you in. And I think that's what cinematography is telling a story without saying anything.
Mhm.
I think one of the first scenes that really stood out to me, got me, was the first murder scene, or the first kidnapping, not murder, where we're at the pool and we have all these different things happening. You know, she's texting on the phone. She's also alone. She just got done filming, you know, with her friend. There's a shower on, like they have these noises, and then he's set up this elaborate way of really scaring her, which is interesting. Like, and makes you wonder, like, what was the purpose of scaring her rather than just grabbing her and ejecting the fentanyl?
Yeah.
Like, it would just be so much easier just to bink.
Well, and I feel like he should have been filming that for content. Like that was good content. You set up the whole thing and you're not going to film it? Come on, bro.
Seriously, that was the content. He missed the mark.
Yeah.
You know, he's recreating these remakes when his original.
But he does say at one point, nobody wants anything original. They just want remakes,
Yeah, that
which
was
I thought was a fun nod to the fact that this is a remake or a rebirth or
well,
whatever.
and it's a nod to, you know, that all we get now are in Marvel movies and whatever's, you know, or remakes of old movies and or live action Disney movies. It's like, come out with a good, just new Disney movie. How about that? How about we get a new Toy Story instead of Toy Story 14? How about we, you know, get a new Moana instead of a live action one? Like, why can't we just tell original stories anymore?
Because nothing's original anymore. Every thought has been thought. Every word has been worded.
Oh, what's that thing? Babylon's something library where you can
Oh, the
literally
library.
type in any phrase and it's written in this library, exactly that phrase.
I do
And
not know about
it's
this.
already written. Like literally you can type anything and it's already written. It was a program that was designed, and every single word that's ever been written in the exact order that it's been written is in this library. That will ever be said or written ever is in the library. It's like called Babylon's Library or something, and it's crazy. Like literally you can say anything and it will pull up the spot in the library that it's in
Dang.
inside the book, and it's already established. Like it's already on the wall of, you know, this digital library that it was written already. You know, so like that's the idea that like there is nothing original. But
Also, the moon landing was faked.
6 times. It was fake 6 times. The Russians stopped trying.
The earth is flat.
Like a pancake. But also not like a pancake, like a saucer. That's why we can't get over the ice block. But anyways, going back to the cinematography. We went on a long tangent.
We went
there.
off.
We went into outer space, if you will.
I felt like it was shot really intentionally. There were a lot of really good compositions. Going back to the pool scene, one of the things that stood out to me was, you know, they're watching her and her friend film the TikTok or the Kino, and then they pan around and it goes out the door to
so
his
good.
car. And you knew it was going to do it. You know, like you see what they're doing the whole time, but it was a good looking shot.
So good. There was a few of those where like you have this everyday moment happening and it slowly lets you into what's actually happening in this moment. And it felt so creepy. Like, you know that it's happening, and other movies have done this before, but the way that it was shot in this film really made me feel it in a different way.
Yeah.
You're just like, how many times has someone been watching someone like that? And I think what was so creepy about it was that you saw how he got there. It was just literally one video that he saw swiping, and then he deep dives into this person's never seen them before besides this on your For You page. And then he ends up at a pool that she's filming at, like literally hours later, it felt like.
Yeah.
And you're like, that is insane. And if you're playing Assassin with Toast, it's the same scenario.
Commonplace.
Sorry.
You know?
Toast is the guy in the car waiting with a Nerf gun at the pool.
Dude, the things that I pulled off for that game, man, I'd probably be arrested these days.
Jeez. Pacing, was it right? Was it wrong? Did it lag? Did it lose you at any point? Where do you think that pacing went?
You and I were talking a little bit ago about how tough it is to have these movies that rely so much on a screen, right? Like War of the Worlds or Missing that came out a couple of years ago.
Horrible.
Save my mom using TaskRabbit. It's tough to hold your attention when they're reminding you that there's another screen in your pocket. You know, when they're constantly reminding you, hey, here's a thing on screen that you don't want to see. You got something in your pocket that could show you something different, you know? So I found myself drifting a little bit during those scenes. Obviously, I didn't pull out my phone.
So you were uncomfortable about what was happening on the screen, and you thought like a way to get rid of this uncomfortability is to pull out my phone and distract myself from what I don't want to see. And that was like a temptation for you.
It less of a temptation and more of just a reminder that
that's what you would do.
I'm not enjoying this. I could be enjoying something.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, that's the default to everything. Like any uncomfortable moment, like you see it at parties, you see it, you know, wherever, where all of a sudden, like you're having a conversation, the conversation kind of drifts and you're just like, well, what notifications do I got? You know, like it's such a weird thing that we do now where we have to fill any pause of anything, like any uncomfortability is satiated with your phone.
Yeah.
Whether it's, and I feel like it's goes even deeper into that of just when you're unhappy in general. You know, you can dive into a world that's not real.
Right.
It's getting crazy out there.
So that's where I felt it lagged.
I felt like there was a lot of times where I wish that we didn't have so many recreation and we were shown the videos so many times. Like
so many replays.
Yeah, I get that you're trying to make me feel uncomfortable, but I felt uncomfortable 3, 4, 5 times ago.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't need to see it 10 times in a movie, the guy getting his head bashed in and his brains getting eaten out. Like it was uncomfortable the very first time. You know, like I don't need to see it so many. And that was, I mean, what was interesting about that, of the frequency of things that we're seeing that I really was uncomfortable seeing, was that it makes me hesitant to recommend it to someone to watch.
Yeah.
And that was like, I was telling Shelby on the, texting Shelby kind of on the way home, that I was like, it was good cinematically, like it was good, but I almost don't want to tell people to watch it.
Well, and I don't think that it's everybody's movie either.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that more on the ratings. Was there a standout performance, positive or negative?
Yeah, I think I know that you're going to go with positive, so I'll go with the negative here. I think that like Barbie's performance to me wasn't that great. I think that it was good, not great. I think that there were times that I thought that she did really good with her facial expressions and things like that, but I was kind of annoyed with the character in general. She didn't fully make me believe that she was that character.
Hmm.
There just was something missing for me.
Yeah. And Barbie is playing Margot.
Yes.
Um, I'll agree. Like her character in certain spots, I was like, okay, she's killing it. Actually, at the end, like the last scene, I was like, okay, she embodies this character now.
Yeah.
But throughout, I found myself being more annoyed with her than like. But I remember talking about it afterwards,
Mhm.
thinking like cinematography looked great.
Mhm.
Um, Standout performance for me was Dacre Montgomery.
Mhm.
Uh, and for her, I felt like it was the dialogue that was bad. Like, I don't know if it was necessarily her or just struggling with bad writing.
Well, I feel like she had a very similar feel in Euphoria,
Mm,
and so I feel like yes, it could be a little bit of the writing, but also it was it felt the acting was very similar to the acting of Euphoria. Like the character felt very similar. It didn't feel like there was much variance. Like it feels like that's just how she acts.
that's her.
That's
Yeah.
that's her go-to acting style.
Uh huh.
Where with like Dacre, like you see him in different films and it's a completely different person
Yeah.
in each film and different style, different mannerisms, different everything. Um, and I feel like that's what makes that's what makes me believe. Where with her, like I said, I think she did a good job, and in Euphoria, she does a great job.
Mm,
But it just, I don't necessarily fully believe that she's this character, if
mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see it. She doesn't deliver lines in the way that you would expect a person to deliver lines sometimes. But I felt like by the end, I was believing the
Yeah.
character. She came into her own, you know?
She had a moment. What was Channing Tatum movie? Don't Speak or something like that. No, it's not Don't Speak. Where he takes people to the island.
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah. Something about blind, isn't it?
Yeah,
Uh,
Blind Spot or something. I don't know. But at the end of the movie with him, where he's just like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Yeah, like I felt like she had one of those moments where it's like shot from below, and she's just like, just like screaming. I was like, this reminds me of like that,
yeah,
that scene.
yeah, yeah. There was definitely some fun stuff in there. Dacre Montgomery, like I had said, and I don't know if this was written for him or if it was given to him as like, here's some things that you should try to do, or if
Mhm.
he did research on serial killers and then was like, I'm gonna bring this out in this way, right?
Mhm.
Um, like him wanting to get the validation or like feeling like he has this message that he wants to give out to the world
Mhm.
felt very much like Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber,
Mhm.
um, or the Zodiac Killer, right? Who,
Mhm.
or I don't know, like he was doing it for art, but also doing it to like put a message out there, which I guess all art is trying to do,
Yeah.
right?
I thought his mannerisms and stuff were interesting. You know, he did things that were unexpected that gave so much flavor without saying anything.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of posturing and like things that were done that I've never seen done that a human does, you know, which was interesting.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it definitely he he won you over by the end of the movie of like this is the guy.
Yeah. Even even at the end when he's like laughing about how it all comes together, you know, like
Mhm.
that feels like what that character would do.
Yeah, he's like he was like satisfied with what was happening even though he was dying.
Yeah.
Could it have worked as a different genre? Did it blend genres at all?
I think it definitely blended a little bit of comedy with the horror genre, with
Mm,
the thriller, I guess. Because there definitely were funny moments. I'm trying to think. I feel like there were funny moments that were intentionally funny,
mm-hmm.
that were just like, this is a quirk about the character, you know.
Mm,
Um, I guess one thing that I thought was kind of funny was when she's searching for Faces of Death on the internet and it's like only on VHS. And she's like, oh, I know where to find VHS in my living room. Like,
yeah, and her roommate just happens to be just the most involved horror person like in the world.
yeah,
Come on. I mean, I thought that that character's him fighting back was super surprising and like, oh man, like he's actually doing a good job.
he fought back pretty good.
Well, he's seen a lot of horror movies, you know,
Yeah.
like he knows how it goes.
But I mean, at the beginning of this movie, the first abduction, Dacre Montgomery lifts that girl by one arm.
Which
You
he
know,
was jacked, dude. Like he looked big.
yeah, he put on some meat for this.
Yeah.
But like, he's lifting her with one arm. I don't care if she's like 100 pounds. That's a feat,
Yeah.
right? And then the other dude doesn't look like he works out that much. I feel like it would have been a little bit of an easier
He
fight.
takes
But
some taekwondo though.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some lessons
he
under his
studied
belt.
BJJ.
Oh, he studied it all right. What didn't work for you in this movie? Was there anything that didn't work for you? Was there something that really stuck out as, you know, a sore thumb?
I felt like there were a few kind of plot holes or missteps in logic. Him having the VHS already honestly felt like that's too easy, guys. And then when she's escaping from the house, right,
Yeah.
with the other girl, she's escaping from the house. She's like, "No, I need evidence." Bruh, you got the evidence right
You
there.
are the evidence.
No, she's not, because nobody trusts her. But this other woman who has been missing for a couple of days at least,
That's true.
people are gonna believe her. She look like they both look like they've been
She's an
jacked up,
influencer.
man.
Yeah. Well, the cop scene really pissed me off
Yeah,
because I'm just like, there is no way that a woman bruised, bloodied, cut goes to the police and says, this person is trying to kidnap and kill me. And one, they're going to take that person back to the house
they're never
with
doing
them.
that. Yeah,
And two, they're not going to actually investigate the house.
no, not at
There's
all.
no, they have all the things that they need to do a search. Like they have it. You could also literally just walk around the house, look over the fence, not illegal, look over the fence, see a broken window, see blood around. Like you walk around the house one time, you're going to see that he dragged a bloody human through the freaking grass into this house. Like, come on. Like,
Also, did he throw her over the fence, or did he take her all the way to the front of the house? Like,
had to. This is the worst neighborhood in the world. There's gunshots going off. There's people screaming.
and nobody's hearing this?
Yeah,
Nobody's
what-
calling the police?
I don't care if it's the middle of the day. Like
It
everyone's.
was the middle of the
I know
day.
everyone's working, but there's stay-at-home moms.
There's
Like
plenty.
there's plenty of things. Like this neighborhood, maybe it was like a new development, but he's like, oh, I got this from my grandparents. It's been there for a while.
Yeah, when she hops the fence and he starts shooting, I'm like, oh, surely they're out in the middle of nowhere. No, they're on a neighborhood street, dude.
Yeah, they are in a neighborhood.
They got these McMansions going up.
Seriously, like that was pretty dang frustrating. The cop scene was insane, and it's supposed to show like some privilege or whatever it would be. Like, I don't care who you are, like that's not how that was gonna go down.
Right.
That never goes down that way,
But
especially in the scenario where it's a woman that is
Yeah.
attacked. Like, they're going to side with the woman. They're not going to be like, oh, this crazy person. Like, nah, that does not happen.
But in a different scenario, like if the cops just rolled up and they saw, her hitting him or something,
Sure.
I feel like that would have been a much more reasonable scene.
Yeah.
Like, and it would have portrayed the same point of like, oh, well, he's white and he's a guy, so they're going to believe him
Mm-hmm.
over this woman who's going crazy.
Who's been in his psycho. But I mean, it did show that like she had been labeled as manic. Like she had like, I'm sure that they could look her up and be like, oh, she's been to the psych ward or whatever. Or, like she's been admitted a few times. Like maybe she is just crazy.
Well,
Like,
and that train video went viral enough that years later, people are still recognizing
yeah,
her.
that was another thing that I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yes, like a lot of people are going to see it, but memories are short lived. Like people
Oh,
are
yeah.
going to forget. Like it's one video.
Not
Like,
everybody's going to remember from your 15-second dance video, like that
yeah.
was you.
That, and then the cops leaked it. That's what she said. Like, maybe.
By the end of this movie, I'm thinking she leaked it and this was all her plan. Like she masterminded all of this.
Just so she could get famous again.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, somebody's making these faces of death. There's an opportunity here.
I think I could be an influencer. A murder flincer.
All right. Last question before our ratings. What were your thoughts as soon as you left?
My thoughts, immediately upon leaving, my thoughts were it looked good. It was kind of fun. Dialogue sucked. Those are my thoughts.
My thoughts as soon as leaving were uncomfortable, and I felt like scared for the future. Like in the way of people just have way too much access to us, and we know that they do. We just don't even care about it. That's what's crazy.
Well, it feels like there's nothing we can do about it, right? Like the system's already there. What the only way off the system is to get off the system,
Yeah.
right?
And that's the thing. We're addicted to the system, and so we just have to live with it. That's a reality.
Scary. The
All right.
biggest horror in real life is just life.
Everyone's gonna die from it.
Yikes.
All right, let's get into some ratings. What did you think about this one, Toast?
I thought it was pretty fun and it was watchable. I don't know that I would rewatch it that many times, or like you said, I don't know that I would recommend it necessarily unless somebody's like, dude, I saw the old Faces of Death and I loved it. And I'd be like, oh, go watch the new one. You probably won't like it as much. But
Well, if you like the old one, there's already something a little bit weird about you.
true. Yeah. I think I'm going to give it a 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah. This one was hard for me. Like literally on the drive home, Shelby was like, well, what did you think? I was like, that's a hard question to answer. Because yes, the style, cinematography, the story, it was good. Like it felt like an original film, even though it was like a remake.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. It felt like an interesting modern take, and there's so many themes that were told so well. You think of like Eddington and like other movies where they're thematically trying to tell a story to you and get you to think a certain thing. And I think that this did that just as good, if not better, than like those types of movies like Eddington. But it was so uncomfortable to watch. Like, I do not want to see the things that I saw again, just because they're just not fun to see. And so, yeah, it's very hard to recommend this movie because you're 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 submitting someone to those images that you kind of want to keep them from. Um, and so I'm gonna give it a 3.5
Whoa.
because I think it deserves that. I think just looking at it as a film, it deserves it. But if I'm saying should you go watch this movie, I wouldn't rate it that high, because it's just a hard watch, and I think that gives credit to the movie itself. I think that that's the purpose of the movie, but I think it hurts it in the way of I don't really want to rewatch it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, in the past, you've said you can't give more than a 3 if it's not rewatchable, but you're
But
gonna watch this with your son, so
no, I feel like I have to give it a 3.5 because if I give it less than that, I feel like I am discrediting what was actually done, despite how I necessarily feel about rewatchability. Because no, even though I don't necessarily want to rewatch it, it watching it the first time was a 3.5. Like, and I think that we've proven that with just like kind of how we've talked about it throughout this review of the themes and things that were brought out and the things that it made us think about as we watched it. But I mean, I'm breaking a rule. I'm sorry.
yeah, everything that you just said.
Well, if you guys saw this one, let us know what you think. And if you made it this far and you thought what we talked about was interesting, go and watch the movie. Even though we're saying like it's hard to recommend like watching this, go and watch it, because if what we said and you haven't seen this yet felt interesting to you, it's worth a watch.
Yeah, I think most people who enjoy horror will like this, or at least have a fun time watching it.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think. Let us know if our ratings are crazy, and tell us what your rating of this movie is out of 5. See you in the next one.